First Down Friday Night is sponsored by Publix.
And welcome back to First Down Friday Night. We'll get to your Week 8 highlights in just a few minutes. But first, we got some news updates and our kickoff weather forecast. So let's check in with Caleb Aguayo and Jordan Dressman.
Thanks, Mo. Let's take a break from the action and give you a look at the latest headlines from around the Tennessee Valley. After the city reinstated Officer Gary Chapman this week, the Priceville Police Department is making changes to pursuit policy. The new policy would keep officers in the city's jurisdiction only. The change comes after Chapman was involved in a chase that led to a deadly crash, killing one. And a fourth suspect is now in custody in connection to a deadly downtown Montgomery mass shooting that killed 2 people earlier this month. Kemontae Hood was arrested today and taken to the Montgomery County Detention Facility. Hood is being charged with capital murder, 9 counts of assault first degree, and 3 counts of assault. And over in Florence, school was dismissed earlier after a car crash caused 1 vehicle to hit the middle school building. No staff or students were hurt, but both drivers were hospitalized with injuries. The driver's conditions are not known at this time. To stay up to date with the latest headlines, you can always go to FOX54.com. Jordan, what's the latest with that forecast?
Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the FOX54 Weather Impact Team.
Like a cold front's going to push its way into the Tennessee Valley Saturday night, early into Sunday morning, and it's going to bring about the chance for some strong or marginally severe thunderstorms to the Tennessee Valley. General timing here, 10 p.m. Saturday through 8 a.m. on Sunday. Again, we're talking about the chance for strong or marginally severe thunderstorms. Make sure you have multiple ways to receive your severe weather alerts. Biggest concern going to be the threat for some heavy rain, which we need, could lead to a little bit of localized flash flooding. Not really talking about a hail concern. We are talking about a concern for some gusty, damaging winds. Within the stronger thunderstorms, we could see wind gusts 50 to 60 miles per hour, so make sure all of your Halloween decorations are secured. And there is an incredibly low non-zero threat of an isolated tornado. If that were to actually come to fruition, we're talking about those brief spin-up kind that are only on the ground for 3 or 4 minutes. The best chance for that would be across northwest Alabama, but I want to assure you that that chance is incredibly low. Have a good look at the next 7 days. That activity all associated with a cold front. Look what that cold front does for us this weekend. We go from 85 on Saturday to 70 degrees on Sunday, holding on to the 70s through next week. Look at those morning lows. We're talking about low temperatures in the mid and upper 40s.
All right, you ready for some football, Nick?
Let's do it. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Fort Payne could capture a region title tonight with a win over Hazel Green. Wildcats hopping on the board first. The T formation right there, and the handoff goes to Carter Blaylock. He crosses the goal line and scores. Fort Payne makes the extra point to go on top, 7-0.
Fort Payne TV getting those low angles,
you
too.
know
How
it.
about that?
Second quarter now, it'll be Blake Gregg throwing the dart right up the seam to Riker Shankless, and he hauls it in for a touchdown, 14-0. Now, Hazel Green, they had a chance to put some points on the board after this drive. Cam Moore in the Wildcat, but then the snap goes over his head. He's got to fall on it and lose 19 yards on the play. Talk about a momentum breaker. 2 plays later, this will happen. Austin Barrett trying to go deep, and that Fort Payne defense steps through with an interception, and it's the guy that caught the last touchdown pass. Riker Schenkel coming through with the INT. All right, time winding down in the second quarter. Fort Payne now with the ball. It'll be Blake Greggs throwing it to the end zone, and Jaden Jackson, he'll come up with a touchdown, putting Fort Payne on top, 21-0, and it was Fort Payne all over Hazel Green tonight. Your final score from out there, 38-12 is the score. Congrats to Fort Payne. They captured that region title. Next week, Hazel Green will take on Southside Gaston, while Fort Payne will be here in Huntsville taking on Lee.
All right, let's keep the party going. We head to Newmarket as the Buckhorn Bucks playing host to the Mae Jemison Jaguars. Mae Jemison going to start with the ball on third down, and they score 6-0 Bucks in the second quarter as Jaden Burrows goes to his right. Chased down, sacked though by Cortez Carr to make the stop on third down. Buckhorn now on fourth is going to decide to punt, but wait, it's a trick play. Israel Cooper, but he is tackled, and the Jaguars will get the ball back. Buckhorn would get the ball here. Parker Turley throws this one down the field, and he's going to find Israel Cooper throwing off his back foot dancing around the defenders for what should have been a first down, but a holding call will bring this one back. So all the fancy footwork for nothing. Then third down for Buckhorn. Parker Turley throws it downfield, intercepted by Xavier Teague. Mae Jemison going to get the ball back with under 2 minutes to go in the first half. In the closing seconds of the first half, Jaden Burrows takes this one, drops back, throws downfield, and it is going to be almost intercepted by Dalton Hardaway, keeping the Bucs 6-0 lead going into halftime. We take a look at your final score as, guess what, Mo? It was 6-0 after this one was all said and done. Next week, Mae Jemison going to host Gadsden City, and Buckhorn are going to welcome Coleman to New Market. More of the top spots in several regions on the line this week. We've got more highlights coming up on First Down Friday night.
You were injured on someone else's property. A fall, broken stairs, poor lighting, no warning signs. They didn't protect you. Now you have to deal with the consequences. We are here so you don't face them alone.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR plus no monthly payments until next year on select Sierra 1500 models. We are professional grade.
I do a lot of Zooms, and so I really have to have the internet working when I'm working from home. My husband works from home, so we needed something that was going to work consistently. First, we signed up for the internet, and then from there, we went to the mobile. So it's easy, it's all in one place. The bundle with Spectrum One saves us at least $100 a month. The plan was inexpensive, and it stayed inexpensive, so that's really what sold us.
Real customers, real savings. To see how much you can save, visit spectrum.com/save.
From the first crank to the last scoop and all the parts in between, there's two names Bill and Brenda Rourke trust: Kubota and Huntsville Tractor and Equipment. Compact and utility tractors, zero-turn mowers, and so much more. And did you say parts? All the bits and pieces to keep them running, plus the cranes to back them up. Kubota and Huntsville Tractor and Equipment.
Come on, let's go to work.
Car wrecks shatter more than just metal. They shatter lives. Your health, your routine, your peace of mind, gone in an instant. But you don't have to put the pieces back together alone. We're here to help you rebuild.
First Down Friday night is back and better than ever. Every Friday night, the FOX54 sports team will preview the week's biggest college football games and provide highlights for high school football from around the valley. Catch First Down Friday night at 10 p.m. Fridays on Fox 54 and streaming on Fox 54 Plus. First Down Friday night is sponsored by Regenesis, Bank Independent, and Publix. First Down Friday night is sponsored by Bank Independent.
And welcome back, everyone. Going into Week 8, Class 7A, Region 4 appeared to be a two-team race between Austin and Florence.
The Black Bears and the Falcons both had 4-1 records, with Austin owning the head-to-head tiebreaker. But if either team slips, there are 3 teams sitting at 3-2 who could work their way into a top 2 slot and, of course, get a home playoff game. With that being said, let's head across the river to Black Bear country. Game tied 10-10 between Austin and James Clemens. Third quarter, Kadir Lyle hands it off to Aiden Davis, picks up the first down and more. Just love seeing this guy run. He's like a runaway train, Mo. And here we go again. Choo-choo. Aiden Davis says, "Get off me." Off to the house he goes. Touchdown Austin. They take a 17-10 lead after the extra point.
Come on,
the next two
train.
Exactly. The next 2 drives will end in punts. And James Clemens now with the ball. Matthew Evers gives it to Anthony Gideon Jr. He breaks a tackle coming right at the cameraman, and he will finally be brought down inside the 20 after the big gain. And 5 plays later, Gideon will finish off the drive himself once again. again, taking the handoff, goes in for 6. The Jets tie the game at 17. And let's take a look at your final score, Mo, as I believe we now have a conundrum as James Clemens goes on to win by the final of 33-31, turning that region in 7A totally on its head, Mo. I believe you now said they're in second place in that division.
James Clemens could be in second place depending on what happens in this next game. Right here in Huntsville, you have Florence taking on Huntsville over at Milton Frank Stadium. Now, Florence, with a win tonight, they can literally solidify that number 1 spot. Now, here we go early on. It's Huntsville finding pay dirt early on. Here's a touchdown right there by Amon Settler, 7-0. Can Florence respond? The answer is yes. John Carter Goodlesby. Look how wide open he is. He's got nothing but space and opportunity in front of him. That DB is not going to catch him right there. 78-yard scoring play, making it 7-7. Now, the Panthers, they would take up a lot of clock on the next drive and culminate their drive with another Armand Settler's touchdown, 14-7. Panthers back on top. Let's go to the second quarter. Florence going for it on 4th down. It's Cade Davis connected with John Carter's Goolsby. First down for Florence, and that will lead to this. Davis throwing the slant route to Jayshad Pearson, and he's going to make the extra effort, stretches his arm across the goal line.
Yeah, he got
Touchdown Falcons. 14-14 was our score at the break. Let's check out your final score from Milton Frank Stadium. Florence goes on to win 45-29. So the Falcons are officially in first place in this region. Next week, Florence will take on Sparkman, while Huntsville will play host to Bob Jones.
Yeah, we're going to need to get out a piece of paper and figure out exactly what needs to happen next week to see who's getting what seed and what. Wow, that's a lot going on. All right.
All right, we had some big games in Class 5A, one of those being our game of the week. We've got more from Scottsboro and Arab coming up on First Down Friday night.
We've already reached the 3rd week in October. The college football season continues to roll on, and I've got your forecasts coming up after the break.
First Down Friday night is sponsored by Regenesis. First Down Friday night is back and better than ever. Every Friday night, the Fox 54 sports team will preview the week's biggest college football games and provide highlights for high school football from around the valley. Catch First Down Friday night at 10 p.m. Fridays on Fox 54 and streaming on Fox 54 Plus. First Down Friday night is sponsored by Regenesis, Bank Independent, and Publix. Tune in to On the Hill Live with Dr. Paul A. Bryant for the Alabama A&M home game pregame show. College football season is shifting into high gear this fall with all new matchups between Alabama A&M and your favorite rivals. Celebrate Bulldog Game Day with a live broadcast from Lewis Crew Stadium on the campus of Alabama A&M University. Catch all the A&M updates, behind-the-scenes interviews, and so much more. Saturday, November 8th at 8:30 a.m. live and only on Fox 54.
We wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network. And with T-Satellite, we're connecting millions of people in places no carrier tower can reach.
I signed up for T-Satellite to give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Now, Verizon customers can test drive the T-Mobile network free for 30 days. Your phone, our network, no strings. Download the T-Life app to start your free trial.
North Alabama and surrounding areas. The Big Ten event is going on now. And North Country Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Arab, Alabama. It's for 7 big days only. Now through October 20th. Don't miss this. No reasonable offer will be refused. Over 400 new and used units ready for immediate delivery. We brought in extra appraisers. Bank reps on hand. Hurry. Call now 256-586-6041. When the tents go up, the prices go down. As the Big Ten event is going on now. And North Country Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Arab, Alabama.
Give me a Crystal. Give me some wings. Give me some fries. Give me some nuggets. It's tailgate season, and Crystal's bringing big flavor with tailgate packs that fit your team no matter who you're cheering for. Get Crystals for the whole crew starting at just $9.99. Or upgrade with fries, wings, and nuggets. Want an extra flavor win? Add Hidden Valley Blasted Ranch seasoning for just $1. Tailgating? Crystal's here to help you outkick your coverage. Game on, starting at $9.99. Go Crystal!
Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the Fox 54 Weather Impact Team.
Mo was talking about it earlier this week. It's hard to believe that we've already reached the third weekend of October. College football season continues to move right along. Auburn gets fantastic weather this weekend. 83 degrees tomorrow, a mostly clear sky, maybe just a touch on the humid and breezy end of the spectrum, but that's okay. Still going to be wonderful weather. Alabama just as nice, a little bit warmer, maybe a little more cloud cover. It's also going to be breezy. 89 for Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Homecoming for UNA. It's going to be warm over in Florence, a mostly sunny sky, 87 degrees. It's also going to be just a touch on the breezy end of the spectrum for our friends over in UNA. Hopefully the homecoming festivities go off without a hitch. Alabama A&M is off this weekend. Let's talk about the Fox Big Noon kickoff all the way out in Utah. You'll be able to watch this at 11 a.m. right here on Fox 54, a mostly sunny sky, temperature sitting in the mid-60s, 65 degrees. Now, locally across the Tennessee Valley, we're talking about the chance for strong, marginally severe thunderstorms Saturday night early into Sunday morning. Biggest concern going to be the threat for heavy rain and some gusty winds. General time frame here, 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. Saturday night, early Sunday morning. Make sure you have multiple ways to receive your severe weather alerts.
All right, thank you so much, Jordan. Now, if you thought Region 4 Class 7A was wow, when it comes to the league rankings in 5A, Region 8 will blow your mind.
All right, let's try and get our heads on straight here. With 2 weeks left in region play, Arab, Boaz, Guntersville, and Scottsboro all have one loss. All 4 of those teams were in action. Let's start with 2 squads who are featured in our First Down Friday night game of the week.
Yes, we should be able to check out Scottsboro and Arab. There it is right there. The Arab Knights hosted Scottsboro tonight at Arab Stadium.
All right, Scottsboro starts on offense, and on the first punt of the game, Colton Harding, he takes it all the way for a touchdown. How about that? So we're talking about how crazy things are in that region. We're just going to start off right away with a special teams touchdown. Couldn't be any better. That put the Wildcats up 7-0 less than a minute into the game. Then the rest of the first quarter, both teams trade possessions with some strong runs on each side, but neither team was able to score. As Scottsboro running back Brandon Edmondson Jr. continues to lead the offense, helping the Wildcats move the ball down the field. Once the Knights started to adjust, they regained possession as quarterback Nicholas Stevens connects with running back Luke Hudson for a first down, giving Arab some momentum. But late in the first half, with about 2 minutes remaining, Scottsboro wide receiver Connor Vaden broke free and ran it for a touchdown. At halftime, the Wildcats led the Knights 14-0 as we take a look at your final score. As Scottsboro goes on to win it 28-7. Coach Van and company once again showing that they are an elite ball club. And next week, Scottsboro hosts Mars Hill. Excuse me, that's not next week. It's in 2 weeks after a bye week, while Arab will go to Boaz to take on Coach Pruitt. Let's take a listen to Coach Tyler Van.
The guys did a really good job. We repped them all week, and they was able to actually execute them. I was proud of how we came out in the second half. I know they drove the ball. We had some penalties, and they was able to punch it in when it was 14-7. I thought our guys did a really good job answering the call and driving down and scoring. That's what the difference has been the last 2 weeks. It doesn't matter who scores or who gets the accolades or who gets talked about. We just want to win, and them playing together and for each other, I think, makes the difference in what this group can do and moving forward.
All right, how about Guntersville taking on Boaz? It's the Pirates and the Wildcats. Start off with Boaz with the ball. It'll be QB Bo Bennett. He'll hand it off to Presley Fant, and watch as he makes the big run before getting taken down hard right there by Hudson Oliver. Then it'll be Oliver on the next play. And I may have lost my place right there. All right, Guntersville student section looking for a setback stop. 24-3 at that point. After a long drive, Boaz finally makes it in the end zone. The running back diving is Presley Fant right there, making it 24-10. Now the Wildcats, they take a timeout before the drive, and then it'll be Guntersville ball towards the end of the third quarter. It'll be running back Garrett Christie coming through, and he's going to be stopped after a long run by Cooper Wharton, but unable to get the ball into the end zone. The Wildcats will have to settle for a 44-yard field goal. The kick. It is up, and it is good. Let's go to the final play of the third quarter to be the Pirates ball, and actually we will not do that. We'll go to your final score. Guntersville goes on to win by a final of 34-17. So right now, Scottsboro 1, Guntersville 2 in that region. Next week, Boaz will take on Arab, while Guntersville will travel to Douglas.
This week's First Down Friday Night Spirit Spotlight is in Athens. The Golden Eagles marching band spent some time teaching kids about music before the Friday Night Lights. Fox 54's Kanisha Dees has the story.
At Tylerman Injury Law, we have a reputation for winning in the courtroom. But our true power is how we help people wherever they need us. On a front porch in Decatur, or a living room in Jackson, a kitchen in Madison, or even a hospital in Huntsville. We believe everyone deserves quality legal help. That's why if you can't come to us, we'll come to you, or meet virtually. And that's why after a car accident, I'm your man. Call Tylerman Injury Law, 256-400-4000.
Fall brings cooler weather, football games, campfires, and family travel. Hello, I'm Chase, president of Bankston Motorhomes. With closeout pricing in all 2025, it's the best time to get an RV. Plus, our exclusive free Bankston family benefits means you can get out there easier and faster than ever before.
The only way to go is in a Bankston Motorhome.
From ignition to completion and all the parts in between, there's two names Charles Terrell trusts: Kubota and Huntsville Tractor and Equipment. Mini excavators, compact track loaders, and so much more. And did you say parts? All the bits and pieces to keep them running. Plus the cranes to back them up. Kubota and Huntsville Tractor and Equipment.
Come on, let's go to work.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks, like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
Get 2.9% financing for 72 months on all 2026 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or get $5,100 total value on this Silverado. Plus, get $1,250 trade assistance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
First Down Friday Night is back and better than ever. Every Friday night, the Fox 54 sports team will preview the week's biggest college football games and provide highlights for high school football from around the Valley. Catch First Down Friday night at 10 p.m. Fridays on Fox 54 and streaming on Fox 54 Plus. First Down Friday night is sponsored by Regenesis, Bank Independent, and Publix. First Down Friday night is sponsored by Bank Independent.
Welcome back, everyone. To celebrate 10 years of First Down Friday night, we're adding a brand new segment to the weekly show that you've been seeing for a number of weeks.
Yeah, this year, we've been showing love to bands, cheerleaders, color guards, and others with our Spirit Spotlight. Here's Kenesha Dees.
Hey, Mo and Nick, music and science come alive for first graders in Athens. This week, we shine our Spirit Spotlight on members of the Pride of the Golden Eagles marching band. They shared their talents and taught some lessons about how instruments produce sound, an interactive lesson for the littles at Julian Newman Elementary School, the concept created by the STEM lab teacher there. Here's a listen.
I love music.
For drum major Jonathan Thomas.
Music is science, so the earlier we teach them that, the better the musicians they'll be in the future.
Before the Friday night lights lit up Louis Cruz Stadium, Jonathan and members of the Pride of Athens Golden Eagles marching band showed these first graders at Julian Newman Elementary School how music works.
It's really easy. I mean, you put air through the instrument, and it goes through while you're buzzing your lips, and the vibrations go through the instrument.
Maverick Tynes is a drum major and plays the baritone. He explains all the important parts of an instrument and how they function.
Brass has valves, which are the buttons at the top, and they have little holes in them that allow the air to go through and make different vibrations, which cause higher and lower notes. In comparison to, let's say, a saxophone.
And for drum major and tuba player Cooper Smith,
really recruiting
is most important, training the littles up while they're young to hopefully develop an interest in playing instruments when they grow up.
I think learning about these different instruments and how they work and how they sound will really get them hooked, and especially like they know, oh, this is a really cool instrument.
STEM lab teacher Diane Trout has been pairing high schoolers with her kiddos for 6 years.
The high school kids are really, really good at demonstrating how the woodwinds use their reeds and how they have the different keys.
Really cool, just because we're like, when we ever come down here, we feel like role models, so it's really encouraging for us, like as the band, just to like come down here and see how excited they get to see us.
And I have to tell you, I was smiling ear to ear seeing the joy on those littles' faces. We may have some future musicians in the making. If you like what you see, feel free to share with us a spirit group we could profile next week. We'd love to showcase your favorite band, cheer squad, and color guard. Text us at 256-382-2692.
Thanks, Kanisha. To Trinity we go. West Morgan High School to set up tonight's Red Bay Decatur Heritage game. The Eagles recover the opening kick and knock through a field goal. Decatur Heritage goes up 3-0. Now Red Bay will answer with an impressive drive of their own. They're going to take themselves all the way to the red zone, and this time it's Jackson Vincent punching in the short yardage score. Touchdown Tigers. They go up 6-3. The Eagles commit a penalty on the extra point, so Red Bay opts to go for 2, and the conversion is successful as Vincent plunging across the goal line make it 8-3 Red Bay. Now Decatur Heritage's next offensive drive goes nowhere, and they're going to have to punt. Jackson Swain, I guess everyone that's good in this game is named Jackson. Jackson Swan, is back to receive. He makes a man miss near midfield, and he turns on the Nas, gliding like the graceful bird in which his name is derived, Mo, a swan. Touchdown Tigers. They go up 14-3 after the missed PAT. Now Red Bay once again shuts down Decatur Heritage on offense, and they have the ball as the first quarter flips on over to the second. And early in that frame, it's Jeremiah Thorne pitching out to, you guessed it, someone named Jackson. This time the last name is Vincent. No one gonna touch him. No one can take him down in the open field. The Tigers go up 21-3 after his second touchdown of the night. And Red Bay stays perfect in 2A Region 8 play and stretches its win streak to 6 in a row with a dominant 50-9 win over Decatur Heritage. Next week, it is Red Bay heading to Limestone County to play Tanner, while Decatur Heritage hosts Winston County.
All right, let's come back closer to home. Geraldine and Whitesburg Christian clashes tonight at Madison County Elementary. Yeah, out there in Gurley. We started in the first quarter. Warriors working down the field on their first drive. It'll be Greer Lavelle. He'll fake out our cameraman, but eventually he finds him, and then he is off to the races. Touchdown, Whitesburg Christian. And, you know, with that being said,
this would be the upset of upsets.
It really would be. Extra point is up, and it is good. All of a sudden, it is 7-0 for Coach Jerry Adcock and company. Well, the Bulldogs would go down the field, and they would score and tie things up. So let's check out the ensuing kickoff. It'll go through the hands of Grammy Williams, and the Bulldogs is Elijah Scaligetter would not only grab the ball, but he's going to scoop it and score it on the kickoff.
Did you see that hit?
Yes, I did see that hit as well. What a great play. Now, the officials would come together and be like, all right, was everything okay with that or whatever? And they confirmed that it was a legal play. Coach Adcock not happy about it, but the touchdown will stand. So all of a sudden, Geraldine now on top, 14-7 after that extra point. Let's check out your final score from Whitesburg Christian and Geraldine. And it's Geraldine all over Whitesburg Christian all after that. 49-24 is your final score. Next week, we got that big one, Geraldine and Fife. And Whitesburg Christian, they will take on Asbury. All right, boys and girls, we will head out to Brindley Mountain as the Lions host the Collegeville Panthers. Now the Lions find themselves down 12-0, but find life thanks to the handoff to Jackson Tyler, and he's going to find the end zone for a touchdown. Extra point was good, so Collegeville now only leads 12-7. And there's a lot of celebration going on right there, too. Now, after that touchdown, it would be the Panthers who command this game. It'll be Mason McContier taking the ball on the QB run, and he's going to take this one to the house. And it'll extend Collegeville's lead, making it 19-7. Panthers on top. On the very next Collegeville drive, the ball goes over the head of McCater. However, he's going to run back, get it, and then he's going to throw a touchdown. Well, throw a complete pass. I'm sorry, I jumped ahead of myself. Then that'll lead to a touchdown run right there. Way to keep your head on a swivel and make a play out of nothing on that one. 26-7 at that point. It wouldn't stop there. Collegeville would just march down the field. Another touchdown pass. This time it's Carson Clayton on the reception. 32-7 Panthers at that point. Collegeville, they'll go on to win by a final of 52-7 next week. Collegeville will host Holly Pond, while Brindley Mountain, they'll take a trip over to Sylvania.
We're not done yet. Two Madison County private schools separated by 0.9 miles and the Huntsville-Madison City line. Matacad versus JP2 next on First Down Friday night.
Aqua Living now has 17 hot tubs under $49.99. Patented and powerful 110-volt technology with no expensive wiring needed. Just plug our hot tubs in and start relaxing today. 100% in-house financing, no turndowns. Shop us now at shophottubs.com.
North Alabama and surrounding areas. The Big Ten T-Band is going on now. And North Country Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Arab, Alabama. It's for 7 big days only. Now through October 20th. Don't miss this. No reasonable offer will be refused. Over 400 new and used units ready for immediate delivery. We brought in extra appraisers. Bank reps on hand. Hurry. Call now 256-586-6041. When the tents go up, the prices go down. As the Big Ten T-Band is going on now. And North Country Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Arab, Alabama.
The Whataburger Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich is back, and some would say it's bigger and better than any chicken sandwich out there. More chicken strips, more Monterey Jack cheese, smothered in buffalo and ranch, all on a 5-inch bun. There's so much crispy, cheesy, saucy goodness, we had to go really wide to fit it all in. Think that might be too far. Let's split the difference. Just right. The Whataburger Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich is back. What a burger.
America's #1 hot tub manufacturer states this fact: made in the USA. All our hot tubs are built right here. Selling hot tubs directly to you saves you thousands while keeping jobs here in the USA. Shop us now at shophottubs.com.
The entire Tennessee Valley talking about an enhanced risk for severe weather. Very heavy rain, gusty winds, wind gusts in excess of 60 or 70 miles per hour, and frequent thunder and lightning. I just want you to be aware. I want you to have a plan.
I'm going to time this out for you hour by hour on our Futurecast, and I'll tell you what threats you can expect to see.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on Fox 54 Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
First Down Friday Night is sponsored by Publix.
Welcome back. The private school showdown going down at Wicks Family Field. St. John Paul II hosting Madison Academy. Falcons found themselves down 6-0, but not for long. Joey Ross hitting Mark Andrew Jeske. Check out this catch. And he throws off the defender. Touchdown, Falcons.
How was the Falcons?
But the extra point was no good, so we're only tied at 6 apiece. Now, the Falcons defense, they came to play early on. Charleston Owens, he is running out of time. Eventually, he's going to be taken down and sacked by JP2's Christian Maroika. Mustangs are forced to punt. More from Joey Ross and Mark Andrew Jeske. Watch as they will connect here right in the red zone, and it will result in a first down for the Falcons. Then
the boys are buzzing a little bit.
They definitely were. Then Joey Ross running the option. Guess who's going to pitch it to? Andrew Jeske, and he's going to outrun the defense into the end zone for a score. Falcons led 14-6 when our cameras left Wicks Family Field. Let's check out your final score from the Joe as the Mustangs come back and win by a final 48-29 over JP2. Next week, region title on the line. Madison Academy at Plainview, while JP2 will take on Danville.
No, it was 35-29 at one point, right? You said
it
that.
was 35-29.
Like they in the fourth quarter. So Matt Acad leaned on him a little bit late, but man, that's one of the best efforts we've seen JP2 ever have against Matt Acad. So
indeed,
maybe Coach Crean's got something going out there, JP2. All right, a little Thursday night action. Brooks taking on Lexington. The Lions are going to score first in this one as Tanner Bowens will be a 65-yard touchdown, basically going right up the middle, 7-0. In favor of those Brooks Lions. All right, a little bit later, it's going to be Zane Kilburn. He's going to call his own number as Lexington later has the ball, and he is going to score. Mo, I think we should maybe just talk about something else. There we go. Hey, there's the play. Ties it up himself. 7-7 is the score at this point. And now this would be if Lexington found a way to beat Brooks, that'd be pretty impressive. But back do come the Lions. It is Ronerick Thompson taking it up the gut, and he scores. It's 14-7 Brooks at this point. And now more from the Lions as Charlie Buttram takes the direct snap and scores 21-7. And one last score from the Lions, just for good measure, just because we feel like it. It's right before the half as Samarian Coffee is the guy who gets more points on the scoreboard. Right up the middle. Touchdown, 28-7 at that point. Let's take a look at your final score as Brooks goes on to win 49-21. Next week, Brooks going to go to West Limestone while Lexington goes to Tharptown.
All right, we saved the best for the last because we had a barn burner between Jackson and Hartselle. Stay tuned for this wild and crazy game that came down to a last play in the fourth quarter.
Did you hear Jax is making a coach's burger? I'm calling mine the DeBarbecue Bacon Burger.
Behold, the enormous freeze with cheese.
Introducing the third-pound Coach's Burgers. Choose from the big and bold barbecue bacon or the classic All-American. We're Jax, and we're all about the South.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR plus no monthly payments until next year on select Sierra 1500 models. We are professional grade.
Calhoun Community College is everywhere. Local, regional, in person, online. With students in just about every state in America. The nation's top degree in advanced manufacturing. Nursing test scores exceed the national average. Workforce training leading to good paying jobs. Classes that transfer to 4-year universities. Affordable, quality education. Where you want it, when you want it. Calhoun Community College. Transforming lives, shaping futures.
In business, secure connectivity is critical. That's why Comcast Business helps turn your business into a reliably up and running, cyber securing, data protecting, disruption defying.
Wi-Fi backup is working.
So you can keep thriving modern business. Stay connected and get threat ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Me now. I got the style, got the taste, take a bow. Just look at me now. Look at me now. Boom, 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 boom. So define, yeah, we're bringing down no style. Bringing down no style.
Find yourself in a Ford Explorer. Right now, get 2.9% financing for 60 months, plus up to $4,500 in total savings on select 2025 Ford Explorer SUVs.
DeBarbecue.
Freeze with cheese.
DeBarbecue.
Freeze with cheese.
Introducing the third-pound Coach's Burgers. Choose from the big and bold barbecue bacon or the classic All-American. The Coach's Burgers, because nothing unites more than food.
May the best burger win.
Oh, it will.
Welcome back. We finish up with the aforementioned barn burner in Jasper, Alabama. Hartselle taking on Jasper. The Vikings, a win for the Tigers, sets up a winner-take-all against Muscle Shoals next week for the region title. Tigers strike first as Lincoln Smothers drops back and his pass is intercepted by Hayden Gray, takes it back for a pick six. Touchdown Tigers. Jasper responds as Warren Cogger right up the gut. 16-yard touchdown. We're tied 7-7 in the break. Off the fourth we go. Jasper down 10-7. Lincoln Smothers hitting Ledger Smothers on the slant route. Vikings in scoring position, and that leads to this. Warren Cogger to the end zone for the score. Jasper leads 14-10 with just 3 minutes to go. 1:20 to go now. Hartselle down to their last down. Carter Lee deep down the middle. Kane Falciani comes down with the incredible grab for a first down. 12 seconds to go. Everybody stay calm. Here is your ball game, as it will be Carter Lee taking the snap, rolling out, Kane Falciani, touchdown Tigers, touchdown Hartzell. With 8 seconds left, the Tigers lead 17-14, and that is your ball game, baby. What a game it was. 14 is the score for Jasper, 17 for the Hartzell Tigers. Oh, baby. Next week, Hartzell going to Muscle Shoals for a winner-take-all in that region. 2 undefeated ball clubs while Jasper hosts Columbia. And we will take a look at some final scores and wrap up the show and I guess take a breather after that one, coming up after the break.
For over 75 years, we've served this place we all call home. Bank Independent. We're invested in you.
Give me a Crystal. Give me some wings. Give me some fries. Give me some nuggets. It's tailgate season, and Crystal's bringing big flavor with tailgate packs that fit your team no matter who you're cheering for. Get Crystals for the whole crew starting at just $9.99. Or upgrade with fries, wings, and nuggets. Want an extra flavor win? Add Hidden Valley Blasted Ranch seasoning for just $1. Tailgating? Crystal's here to help you outkick your coverage. Game on, starting at $9.99. Go Crystal!
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR plus no monthly payments until next year on select Sierra 1500 models. We are professional grade.
Do you want free internet? Forever? You got it. Really. We mean it. Spectrum is offering free fiber-powered internet forever. Want it? Just call this number and switch 4 mobile lines to Spectrum for a lifetime of internet you never pay for. It's not a trial. It's an unprecedented offer. So we'll say it again. Free fiber-powered internet forever. Have you called yet? Because your internet is forever. But this ad ends now.
You know Simon's Jewelers pays top dollar for gold, silver, diamonds, coins, and bullion. We also do repairs in-house. Need a ring-sized or chain repaired? We can do it at the corner of Bob Wallace and Jordan Lane.
We're the team you can trust, friendly people, and a relaxed, hassle-free car buying experience.
Watch Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman with the Fox 54 News Weather Impact Team.
All right, so officially week 8 is in the books. Man, oh man, I'm looking forward to week 9 with some great matchups. Off the top of my head, Madison Academy and Plainview for a region championship. Geraldine and Fife for a region championship. Muscle Shoals and Hartzell for a region championship.
Yeah, what's going to be our game of the week?
I don't know. We're going to literally like flip a coin, then do tic-tac-toe, who gets 3 in a row, and then find out after that.
Yeah, we got 3 really good options.
Exactly.
And I mean, there's other good options, of course, too.
Indeed.
But wow, we have, 3 winner take. I can't, this is my 4th season of high school football here. I can't remember 3 games in the area for a winner take all for a region title in week 9. That's crazy. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. And of course, we have another great week of college football coming up here too.
Correct. Coming up tomorrow, it's the 3rd Saturday of October, Alabama and Tennessee. And at the end of the day, somebody's going to be smoking a cigar at the end of the night, whether it's the Vols or it's the Crimson Tide. You've been to 2 of those in Knoxville.
I have.
And been on the wrong end of history.
Yeah, it's funny. I haven't been to it in Tuscaloosa. Simon always went to it. Our former coworker always went to it in Tuscaloosa. I've been to the 2 in Knoxville. And of course, I've seen the Volunteers take out the Tide 2 different times. So maybe that will change. And make sure I will be down there tomorrow. So make sure to tune into Fox 54 News it's going to be a late one because we're following a college football game. So around 10:30 we're going to have, and so then make sure to watch sports in that 10:30ish show tomorrow.
Indeed. All right, everyone, for the entire crew, thanks for checking us here on another episode of First Down Friday Night. That's Nick. I'm Mo. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.